I'm Kenny Hawkins along with Vermont's best, Kane O'Neill. Tonight we have 15 games on tap, even though at least 11 teams in Northeast Tennessee didn't even play tonight. Here to get things started is Kane with our hit of the night.
All right, let's head to it. Sullivan East, how about an offensive hit of the night? Kenny, Jake Crumley, get off me, man. Stiff arms him to the dirt to spring Crumley for the touchdown. You don't need anybody in front of him to clear his own path. We'll have full highlights coming up a little bit later on. Kenny?
Can't beat the stiff arm. Just can't beat it. Thanks, Kane. We begin at Kermit Stadium tonight, Kermit-Tipton Stadium, where the Science HILLTOPPERS were hosting the Daniel Boone Trailblazers. The Toppers were hoping to shake off a loss to Maryville last week, while the Blazers won an emotional game over Tennessee High. Toppers have dominated this series. In fact, the last time Boone won was 2009. The Blazers led this game at halftime 14-0. Amik Watterson would get the Toppers on the board, shredding tacklers and the Boone secondary. On his way to the end zone, Boone led 14-7 in the third. Then Colby Martin took over this game. Here he gets his second interception of the game, setting up the Toppers inside the 20-yard line. Next play, reward the guy that got you there. Martin takes a handoff, reverses field, gets in for the score. Toppers missed the extra point, trailed 14-13. Let's move to the fourth quarter. Martin would seal the deal when he catches this Jalen Adams pass, sidesteps the defender, takes it in for the score. Toppers complete the comeback. They win tonight, 19-14.
I knew we weren't out of it. Every time when it comes to halftime, we know that it's a 0-0 ball game, that anything can happen.
It felt really good getting this win. We had a mentality of treating it like Maryville. With Maryville, we had a really tough game, and we just had to come together as a team once again and come out with a win.
We hung in there. I'm proud of our boys for hanging in there and coming back the second half. Boone played awesome too, so just glad to get out of there with the win right now.
Jalen Adams, that is. Science Hill wins tonight over Daniel Boone. Woo! That's what they're saying tonight by the final of 19-14. It was Maryville beating Bearden by the final of 38-0. Citizens Bank Stadium tonight. Elizabethan was hosting the Tennessee High Vikings. TV game tonight. They did a great job. Cyclones leading 7-0 when the Vikings get on the board. Cortland Carter, former player of the week, finds a wide-open Stephen Griffin for the 35-yard touchdown. It was tied at 7-all, but not for long. Carter Everett throws out into the flat to Jacoby Turner, who does the rest by sprinting past everyone for the score. Second quarter, the Cyclones started running away with the game. Corey Russell, check this out. He finds an opening on the left side and says, hey, I'm going to the right side. I got three guys chasing me, but it's not going to happen. It's the last pork chop in the kitchen, and I got there first. It was 21-7 Elizabeth, and they went on to win tonight over Tennessee High by the final of 51-21. Hardin Valley over Powell by the final of 42-0. At least that's what we did at our house. Down to the Black Hole tonight, it was Chucky Doak taking on Sullivan North in a peek-out game to benefit the American Cancer Society. Logan Silver's got things going for the Black Knights as he finds Devin Jennings on the pass, but the drive stalled. That's when Peyton Robinson called his own number on the keeper, took it deep in the Chucky Doak territory. Then on the very next play, Robinson, Mr. Robinson, shakes it in for the score. You like that song? That's a good song. For the score. As we go to the board, looks like this. Sullivan North went on to beat Chucky Doak tonight by the final of 42-21. Campbell County all over Cott County tonight by the final of 57-7. Patriot Palace. We go. Sullivan East hosting Seymour. No Palace there. That's the pasture right there. The Eagles trailing 28-18 in the third. Devontae Farmer takes a handoff, breaks a tackle, cuts it back towards the middle of the field, and he's gone to the house. The Eagles will miss the PAT, and that cut the lead at 28-24. Fourth quarter, East trailing 30-28. Jake Crumley takes a handoff, and he will throw the fullback pass downfield, hits Gunnar Griffith, and he will be taken down around the 15-yard line, but the drive stalled. Next Patriot series, Crumley on the handoff, cuts back, makes one miss, two miss, then delivers a devastating stiff arm there. Where have we seen that before? And he's gone to the house.
Doesn't need to throw it, man.
East led at 36-30 as we go to the board. Sullivan East went on big win. Seymour came into this game unbeaten. First loss tonight. Way to go, Patriots. They win in overtime, 43-36. It was Oak Ridge, those Wildcats, over Sevier County by the final of 42-10. Okay?
Thanks, Kenny. 1-3 David Crockett has played one of the toughest schedules so far this season, and tonight it didn't get any easier when 3-1 Cherokee came calling on the Pioneers. We take you to Jonesboro. Cherokee leading 7-6 early. Chiefs adding to it. Colin Trench finds Fletcher Hickman across the middle, and Hickman outrunning the defense down the sideline, and that man is gone. 68 yards for the touchdown. But the Pioneers are going to answer. Jacob Miller taking the handoff, and he is going to get in from 15 yards out to tie the score at 13 apiece. Then, just before the half, looking like Crockett is going to tie it up, but they fumble the exchange, and Japheth Kurtzinger picks up the loose ball, goes down the sideline untouched. 98-yard fumble recovery touchdown. The Chiefs led by 14 at the half. In the second half, Colin Trent picking up right where he left off, going deep downfield to Hickman, making a spectacular grab. And he's going to get into the end zone to make it 47-27. And we're going to go to the board. That is the final. 47-27. Cherokee over David Crockett. And Coalfield taking down Northview Academy 58-28. At Cloudland tonight, a father-son matchup. Michael Lunsford and Hampton facing Father Mike and the Highlanders. Cloudland down 2 points at the half, but come out hot to start. You know, the father wants to get this one over his son, Preston Benfield. Pitch to Noah Arnett around the edge. Got a block and diving over the goal line and into your living room for the score. Highlanders taking their first lead of the game, 14-12. But the Bulldogs fighting right back. Adam McLean taking the handoff, finding a hole. He has got nothing but green in front of him. 65 yards to the house. Hampton taking that lead right back up 20-14. And adding to it, this time it's Hunter Davenport taking the handoff and showing off the wheels. This one going 49 yards to Pater. Bulldogs up 26-14 after 3 and keeping their foot on the gas pedal. McLean plowing in from 2 yards out to start the fourth quarter. Hampton taking down Cloudland tonight in the father-son matchup, 42-38. Lenore City taking down Pigeon Forge 20-17. At Happy Valley tonight, the unbeaten Warriors hosting Unaka. Warriors wasting no time in this one. Fifth play of the game, Austin Hicks taking the handoff, starting left, doesn't see anything he likes, so he cuts back right, finding a hole, and that man is gone. 49 yards to the house. Happy Valley up early, 7-0. Warriors now at 14-0. Unaka punting to Dylan Street. And you know what's coming next. We showed you Street taking one back to the house last week, and Street does it once again. Stop kicking to him. That man is just that good. 55-yard punt return. Happy Valley up 21-0. And putting this one away early. Dustin Sams getting into the end zone from a few yards out. As we head to the board, Happy Valley rolls past Unaka 62-0. And Granger over Claiborne 64-16. Some more scores. Trinity Academy taking down Carolina High 41-8. And Oneida taking down Gatlinburg Pittman 36-29. Now that's 7 down and all the action in Northeast Tennessee tonight. When we come back, we'll head to Southwest Virginia for 8 more games. But first, here's the Happy Valley Band to take us to break.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. The Union Bears made the trip down Highway 23 to take on the Gate City Blue Devils tonight. First possession, Tyler Hamilton rips off a big gainer for Gate City. By getting to the outside, he'll pick up 23 yards before being shoved out of bounds. Blue Devils go for it on 4th and 12. Hunter Collier drops back, can't find a receiver, so he takes off. Watch the quarterback get the first down and more, scoring from 28 yards out. That might be one of our plays of the week. Bears would answer on their next possession. Bailey Turner calls his own number. That would tie the game up at 7-7 as he gets into the end zone. It was Union beating Gate City tonight by the final of 33-28. Rural Retreat and Tazewell couldn't play. Power outage. Richlands in Bristol to face the Virginia High Bearcats. Blue Tornado, John Luke Ashbury. You know you're tough when you got 3 names, okay? I'm just telling you right now. Drops back to pass. He's sacked by Aaron Rhodes. Late in the first half, Blue Tornadoes lead 34-14. John Luke Ashbury drops back, throws the ball out to Cody Howie, and he will take it deep into Bearcat territory for the first. Few plays later, John Luke Ashbury will throw to the quarter out in the end zone.
Gotta get all those names in there.
He'll score to extend the leads. We go to the board. That final tonight, Richlands went on to beat Virginia High 55-14. It was Lehigh over Ridgeview by the final of 17-7. Kane?
All right, Chilhowie hosting Northwood. The run game was working for the Warriors tonight, second quarter. Alex Delp hands it off to Greg Sanchez, who cuts it upfield, making a few guys miss and sprinting into the end zone. Warriors up 21-6. On the other side of the ball, Northwood QB Chance Moore throwing it out to Skylar Call, making the grab. But here comes Brandon Kale from behind to knock this ball loose. Chilhowie would recover. Then Zach Kale taking the snap. He is going to call his own number, breaking a couple tackles.
Nice.
And he is going to jog into the end zone for 6 as we head to the board. Chilhowie taking down Northwood 58-6, and Grundy beating Honaker. Big score tonight, 7-3. The Marion Hurricanes paying a visit to Holston tonight. The Hurricanes were up 47-0 at the half. Then quarterback Tanner Tate chose to keep it himself, cutting upfield. And no one is going to be able to take this guy down, outrunning everyone to the end zone. That would make it 54-0. Then, at the end of the third quarter, Tate running the jet sweep to Easton Medley, takes it to the outside, making a few more guys miss all the way down to the 1-yard line. So close, so close. Next play, though, they're going to punch it in with a handoff to Tyler Ward right up the middle for the touchdown. As we head to the board, Marion taking down Holston 64-0, and Hurley taking down Montcalm, West Virginia 56-12. Now that's 11 down and still 4 more to go, including Patrick Henry versus John Battle and Castlewood hosting Ryco. But first, here are the Chilhowie cheerleaders to help take us to break.
Get it! Get tough! Go Warriors! CHS! Get tough! Go Warriors! CHS! Get tough! Go Warriors! CHS! Let's go Warriors!
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Battle hosting Patrick Henry at Battle Hill tonight. First drive for the Rebels. Dakota Humphreys on the counter. He will take it around the end, get a hard-earned first down. A few play-up later. I didn't write that. It says play-up. Plays later, Humphreys again will take the pitch. He'll get it to the end zone for the score to make it 8-0 after a 2-point conversion. Battle tries to answer on the ensuing kickoff. Trojans' Jarrett Poole finds a seam. He's off to the races down the sidelines, but he's going to get knocked out of bounds. Great field position, but the drive stalled. Patrick Henry and Humphreys, too much. He will bull his way over a defender, get into the end zone for a second score. That would make it 14-0 Rebels. It was Patrick Henry winning over John Battle tonight, 32-28. Eastside over Thomas Walker, 24-0. In North tonight, J.I. Burton Raiders hosted the Titans from Twin Spring, and the Raiders were leading 8-0 in the second and driving for more when the Titan defense stepped up. Carter Burke picks off the Raider pass and puts a stop to the Burton drive. Then, right before the half, the Titans tied the score. Justin Grizzle hits Ethan Hillman on this 30-yard touchdown with a 2-point conversion, tied the game at 8-8 at the half. As we go to the board, it was J.I. Burton winning in overtime 24-16. Twin Valley winning 27-22. Kane?
All right, in Castlewood tonight, the Blue Devils welcomed in the Eagles from Rycove, and it was the Castlewood defense flexing its muscles early as several Blue Devils throw the Rycove runner for a loss. From there, the Blue Devil offense will get on the board as QB Josh Wood hitting Jack Ward. Wonder if they're related on this 41-yard TD pass to put Castlewood up 6-0 in the first quarter. We head to the board. That's what was written on the script. Castlewood 49-6 over Rye Cove. All kinds of stuff written in these scripts tonight. And Wise tonight, the Central Warriors welcomed in the Lebanon Pioneers, and the Warriors were leading 13-10 in the third. Pioneers took the lead as Cole Stutes takes the handoff, bounces outside, and runs 40 yards, virtually untouched for the TD to make the score 17-13 Pioneers. But the Warriors had a quick answer to that one. Quarterback Dalton Mullins hitting a wide-open Harold Osborne on his 53-yard TD pass to give the lead back to Central 21-17 after the 2-point conversion in the third quarter. We will head to the board. Wise Central taking down Lebanon 28-23.